don't think I've ever been more annoyed waking up in my entire life. Like, I had no sleep last night at all because I was running a fever. I think it eventually ended up getting up to about 100 degrees or so. And I'm seeming to be running one now, so I guess it just went away. But just the fact that I couldn't sleep, I kept waking up, I couldn't stay asleep. They were coming in like every so often to continue checking my temperature and doing my vitals and everything. So it basically made it impossible for me to be able to sleep. I finally got to the point where it's like, okay, it's getting to be close to the morning. Maybe I can actually get maybe an hour or two of like actually good sleep because all the vitals and everything should be done. And then I get woken up by the oncologist of the hospital. And like, I already can't sleep through somebody opening my door. Like, I'm not that it's loud, but it's like, I'm kind of a light sleeper in general for the most part. So it's like any noise or anything like that is going to end up waking me up. So she just comes in and just is loud as fuck. Like, as far as like talking, like just completely doesn't give a fuck that I'm sleeping. And she's like, "Hi, I'm the oncologist," like real like chipper and everything like that. And, oh my god, it took everything I had not to be like really shitty to her. Just because again I was so tired and she just did not give a fuck that I was sleeping. So that was just really irritating. I don't even really remember what was being discussed or anything, or what the point even was of her coming in and talking to me. Now that I try to remember it. But yeah, this is going to be one of those days that I'm going to be really, really tired, trying really hard not to fall asleep all day. Apparently, from my understanding, there's no immediate plans to do another bone marrow biopsy. That we're basically just in recovery mode right now. Still no concrete time frame on when I'm going to go home or anything like that. But she did say that the treatment is going the way that it should go right now. So, and it's just a slow process, but everything is basically on schedule as far as where we're trying to be at with everything. So it's getting better. It's just frustrating being here. I want to go home.
It's not really anything to update anybody on. I mean, for the most part, I don't really feel sick. Like, the fever just seemed to be like a temporary thing. I have noticed a little bit that when I get up and walk around, I get a little bit short of breath, a little bit easier. And if I just stand in one spot, I get really, really lightheaded. And then all of a sudden I'll start getting like this ringing in my ears, and everything will just sound like really, really muffled. Kind of like my hearing is going out or something. Best thing I can describe it is, it's like that part in Saving Private Ryan when like the grenade blows up in the dude's ear and like he can't hear anything, like everything sounds like really, really muffled. So it kind of reminded me of that a little bit, which I thought was kind of concerning. So it happened about 3 times today. But Jake Oman came and hung out with me again today, which was cool. He spent a good chunk of the day with me today. I feel like a douchebag, though, because I asked him to pick me up a Chromecast and on the way down. And I told him I'd pay him back for it, and which he told me, yeah, don't worry about it. But what makes me feel like an asshole about it is I just learned that you can't use Chromecast on public Wi-Fi like that. Like, it was working for a little bit. We watched a GCW show. We tried to watch the Beyond Wrestling show today while it was doing its live stream. So it was working for a while earlier today, but then ever since then I haven't been able to get it to work, and trying to figure out why, and everything's been coming up saying that yeah, like you can't use that on public Wi-Fi like that in like a hospital or like a hotel or anything like that. It's crazy. So, I mean, the reason made sense. It's like, it's going to show up on everybody's Wi-Fi. So, yeah, it just, no, there's no way that was going to work. So I bought a Roku on Amazon, and I'm just having it. I had it sent here to the hospital, so hopefully it shows up pretty quick. Because he was letting me borrow a Roku, and that worked fine. Problem is that it was really old and just ran really, really poorly. A lot of stuff couldn't really load up very well. So now I'm basically just watching movies now. I'm actually watching From Dusk Till Dawn right now, because that movie's awesome. But yeah, beyond that, I don't know, not really a lot to fill anybody in on. So I'm in a way better mood than I was earlier this morning. I definitely ate a little bit too soon, I think. Probably gonna like see if, because it's like 6:30 and I already ate, and I regret that because I'm already starting to get hungry again. So I don't know, maybe I'll see if they can bring me up some snacks or something before the kitchen closes. I don't like to bother them, and sometimes they're rude on the phone, so I don't really like to call them. But it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, we'll just wait and see how this whole short of breath and lightheadedness goes. It kind of feels like when I had pneumonia from a couple years ago, which is, how they found out that I had HIV, because I had the pneumonia that HIV causes that people die from. So fun fact, I never really dove too deep into that, but when I was in the hospital a couple years ago down here in Indy, had they not diagnosed me with HIV, I probably, and to where they could have took the steps to get that treated and get that under control, the pneumonia that caused it actually almost killed me. It probably would have killed me within a matter of days or weeks or something to that effect. Like there's actually a really, really good show on HBO. It's called The Deuce. And if you have HBO Go or something, check it out because it's really, really good. But in the third season, because it takes place in the 80s, in the third and final season of it, there's a lot to do with like the HIV outbreak and epidemic that was going on in the 80s back then, and they touched up on the pneumonia in that. So if you're a fan of the show, or if you go back and watch that, that's actually exactly what I almost died from. So, and back then it was killing people because they didn't know how to treat it. So that's kind of a different story, though. That's a topic of completely different conversation, I guess. See, all my videos are just starting to get ranty and rambling now because I'm super fucking bored. I've almost run out of things to do. I mean, I still have plenty to do. I got like my Switch that literally hasn't moved since I got here, and I still have a ton of games on my PlayStation, but I don't want to play any of them. So, anyway, signed up for some trials on some wrestling subscriptions, like streaming services. So, still thinking about New Japan World. I'm gonna try out the free trial of High Spots Network, see if that's any good. So, because I'm gonna have a lot of free time, and I'm probably gonna spend a lot of that watching wrestling. So, I don't know. There you go. That's the gist of it. So, bye. You probably can't really see me very well, but maybe you can. I don't know. I just wanted to make a quick last minute addition to the video for the day. Just kind of give you an idea of how badly I'm losing my mind right now. So I was sitting here sleeping, kind of. Like I wasn't out, but I was like trying to go to sleep. And I heard a door open, or, well, not open, but like I heard a door like slam close out in the hallway. And my first mental thought was, oh, cool, my roommate's home. And then I opened my eyes and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm in the hospital. That's how much I'm losing my goddamn mind in here. It fucking sucks. So, I don't know. I thought maybe people would find that funny. Or sad. Or indifferent. I don't know. We'll see.